Hello, hello. It has been a while, a good long while, and as a result, some stuff broke. Because of course it did. Of course it did. Um, this is not helped by me switching over which systems I was using just before I took a long, long break. So I'm a little lost as to how to fix this, I'll be honest. But yeah, we're back. And that's the real important part. Everything else is like extra. But we're back with more Rose Guns Days after all these years. And I hope I'm not lagging. It looks like I am on OBS. So that's interesting. Yeah. Wow. Uh yeah, the on-screen, you can't tell if I'm lagging. That means I'm not, because it's so you would know if I was. If you saw the same thing I'm seeing, it would be really obvious. So that's good. Thank you for confirming that everything is fine, most likely. Uh yeah, there's no way to bring the chat up, which is interesting. Yeah, we're just gonna have to do it without, and I'll test it in my own time later on. Let me also check this other thing. Hold up. Yeah, it should archive it, but then if I put this on YouTube, it's gonna be gone. But so be it. There's nothing I can do about it. I already tried everything I can, short of straight up getting a new program for it. And I won't do that. I won't waste your time like that. We love a good segue here, but not like that. There are limits. Yeah, yeah. We have done those in the past, but not during Umineko or Rose Guns Day streams. That's where I draw the line. Okay. It has been about 3 months. And the last time, at the start of the last stream, I was like, wow, it's been a long time. But I'm back for good now. And immediately after, I took another 3-month break. So if you kind of forgot where the story was going, I don't blame you, because same. However, I watched my own rerun last week, which was kind of rough. But you know, it could be worse. But I do know, as a result, I do know what happened so far, what happened last time. So I can give you a good summary. Before that, yeah, don't worry, I will get you caught up. I have to pray that this works, because well, it does. Why does this not? Okay, this is both from the same program. The content warning is from the same program as the on-screen chat. And the chat doesn't work. The content warning does. Strange. Very, very strange. Maybe I can like edit it in, and I don't know. Well, no, I'm not gonna do. No, this is not a tech stream. No, we're not doing it. Um, yes, we will start you off with a content warning, because Rose Guns Days is deals with some heavy subjects, including violence, gun violence, racism, sexual content, including references to assault, misogyny, alcohol abuse, characters dealing with trauma, depression, and a variety of other mental health issues. And I'm going into this story blind. I have not read it before. I don't know what's coming up, so I can't give more detailed warnings, but I do add them to the YouTube descriptions if necessary. If it's not necessary and there's no extra warnings, then this list covers it. Otherwise, I will add them. Okay. Full of content. Yes. Let me just close the 10,000 windows I have open. Streaming is hard work, guys. It's a lot to keep track of, a lot to manage, but we're doing it. I close the window with my summary in it. This is why you don't do it? Oh, that's so smart. I wish I'd do, I wish I'd done the same. That's not true, actually. Like, half my friend group I know through streaming, so. I got a lot of good things out of it. It's worth it. Because for as complicated and tiring as it can be, it's also a lot of fun. Speaking of fun, the last episode we did before I took my break was a lot of fun. And it started with the kids, the wandering wolves, being signed onto Rose's security convoy on a trip to Chiba to secure cheaper soy sauce to recover some of the food culture of the people of Japan, because it's become like a luxury thing now, and only rich people can afford it. And most Japanese people in Japan at this point in time are not wealthy, cannot buy soy sauce and make the meals they were used to. And to basically get that sort of part of culture back, part of their life back, Rose sets out to go talk to Satomi, who is the big guy who runs that industry now. On the road there, on the trip there, they are followed by assassins, and they make a little extra stop at a bar. Everybody gets out of the cars and sits down, and Rose talks to the bartender. The bartender leaves, and who shows up if not Caleb / Kereji, who is also a bartender there. Turns out that he works there now, and he's there with Miranda and Miguel. They're all alive, and they have a surprisingly friendly chat with Rose before they head off to Satomi's house. Miguel goes with them because he's now working for Satomi sort of on loan, like he's temporarily working for them as a security or something. I forget the exact details, but he's like a guard. Once they get there, Rose negotiates with Satomi, who is this serious, harsh old man only in it for the money. And things get heated to the point where Rose threatens Satomi to basically take him the fuck out if she needs to. And then as soon as Satomi is like, you know what, let's go take a walk. Let's talk in private. And the second they are out of earshot of his subordinates, he says, congratulations, you passed the test. And then he turns more into this kind old grandpa sort of personality. And the whole thing turns out to just be for show. Because, and I quote, these are not my words, this is a quote. He loves hearing young girls scold him. And thus begins my pain, because now I have to voice this old creep. Which, he is. He is 100% an old creep. However, good for Rose, the soy sauce deal is struck. Initially only a small amount because the distribution channels are fucked because of the war. But it's something. Yeah, there's just a fair amount of creepy people in Rose Gun's days, and it makes me cringe a little inside I say a little, but it is like audible in my voice and visible on screen when it happens, so more like a lot. But they're there, so I have to. You can't just skip lines. But I wish I could. Part of the reason that Satomi is so willing to go with what Rose says, aside from being a creep, is also that he's had dealings with Kayla before, and Kayla put in a good word for her. So that's cool. Yeah, I can't. You're right. That must be how translators feel when they have to translate really cringy shit. They just cringe right along with it, you know? I understand. So yeah, partly thanks to Caleb, but mainly also because Rose is a badass now. She secures the deal. They go back to the bar, and that's when the assassins sneak in. We see them sneak into the bar. We also see Xiaolan, who is Zell's stalker, right? In a very literal sense, like she's following Zell around. We see her stalking Zell. She's followed them here. And Zell catches on that someone's looking at her, and they have a stare off, and Zell thinks, this person seems kind of familiar, maybe? And then the assassins strike. The wandering dogs, however, beat them to it because they've pinned these guys like these are fishy people. We need to be on our guard. When they strike, the initial ones get taken down. More of them file in. There's a big shootout. Someone throws a grenade, but in the end, together with Caleb, Miguel, I think even Rose steps in. Does she? I feel like she pulls out a gun at some point. But everyone together, Wayne's there too, of course he is. Everyone together manages to fight the hitmen off, and then bands together to clean up the bar while praising the kids for being, the first to catch these assassins. And that's where we left off. So yeah, a deal was struck, assassins struck, but were struck down. I could have done that in one sentence, apparently. Well. See, there it is, January 18th. We are halfway through April. We are well over halfway through April, by the way. We were halfway through April when I wrote the summary. I was looking at that date instead of today's date. Anyway, that's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It's not a race. You're right, it's not. See you again in, the next episode in 6 months this time. We'll finish season 4 when I'm 80. Good plan. Nah, it'll be okay. I plan on really sticking to it more this time. Had enough rest. Yeah. You're right. As long as I finish it before I hit that age, I'll be happy. That's my life goal now. I think you mean Jean and was it Julie? I think it was Julie. Oh, and I actually completely forgot that the Wandering Dogs play music, but they do. Because when everyone heard that the Wandering Dogs played music, they were asked to perform. Fortunately, the piano seemed to have survived the gunfight. That's lucky, honestly. They were able to perform with Oliver at the piano and Zell singing, which meant that Amanda had to sing too. Rose was dragged on stage as well, and the bar was filled with a harmony that had never been heard anywhere before, not even in Club Primavera. That strange, sometimes noisy, sometimes calm time continued until dawn. Oh. If I'd known that 2 more sentences would end the chapter, that would have been very convenient for me. I think I leveled up though, look at this. It's geese, wings, 2 snakes, and a gun. 1948. Yeah, Golden Silver Snake 1948, but with wings. And a gun. That's how you know you're moving up in the world, if there's like whatever the hell any of that was. They could put any image on there and I'd be like, whoa, I leveled up, and I would never be sure if it was a downgrade or an upgrade. I'd have no clue. Not at all. It's perfect. Take care, Madame Rose. What a line. You let those guys back in Tokyo eat as much delicious soy sauce as they want. I will. I'll make City 23 a more and more wonderful place. I forgot to mention the very entertaining banter between Miguel and Wayne-kun, including at some point Miguel called Wayne, said that he looked reliable, which I disagree. But yeah. Make sure you guard her nice and good next time, Wayne-kun. Shut up. The next time we meet, I'll crush your face. That's right. Remember earlier when I said I wanted to drink with you one of these days? No, I don't. I must have forgotten it when you were beating the shit out of me. I guess earlier as in not earlier that day, but earlier, like... way earlier. I never thought that wish would come true in a place like this. Rapunzel, good luck with your singing and your work. I hear you've lost your memory, but that's hardly an important matter when compared with how you'll live your life in the future. Think of it as being reborn and enjoy your new life. Yes, ma'am. Thanks for everything, Amanda-san. And you brats keep your wits about you too. You're called Oliver, right, kid? Everyone gets impatient when they're young, but you can be sure you'll get plenty of chances to shine, eventually. Stay alert and don't rush things. You moved well back there. I look forward to the day when you make a name for yourself. Thank you very much, Father Caleb. And you, kid with a good nose. Charles, was it? Keep sharpening your senses. I don't like that the children call him Dad. For some reason, that's worse. Yes, Father. It's your nose that defended against their sneak attack. You deserve the most credit for yesterday's work. Most people who manage to live long in the underworld have good noses.
Like me and Wayne.
I told you to stop touching me.
Nina.
Okay.
You're already a very attractive woman. But don't forget that your charm will shine the more you stay true to who you are. Understood, Madam Amanda.
Being so complimented by big shots in the criminal underworld left them all in a state of mixed tension and excitement. Then, Rosa's group returned to City 23 with a wonderful souvenir, President Satomi's agreement to distribute soy sauce. Yeah, I guess it is the type of, like, the priestly kind of father, but just, ugh. It's still a little weird. There you go.
Oh, what is it?
Did something come up? I thought it might be a good time for some more tea.
Oh, you're right. The teapot is empty.
Incredibly, Advisor Uedera personally brought them tea. As he quietly served... Wait, this is Wayne, hold up, I forgot. Wrong voice for that one. He never goes by his last name, so I completely forgot. As he quietly served it, I still couldn't believe that he was the same Wayne Uedera from the story I'd just been hearing. Pretty shocking, isn't it? That mad dog Wayne turning into such a quiet old man.
Well, that's... His piercing gaze is still in full force, I think.
Surely you jest. Wayne, please. I am merely old dog Wayne now. For fuck's sake, Wayne. Stop. Stop. Here you are, Ayashibara-sama. His tea is quite delicious. And after all, he was trained by the legendary tea master, Iris Saimura. Oh, not at all. I could hardly compare to Saimura-san's skill, even now. His talent has been praised even by tea masters. It is better than Bad Dog Wayne, you're right. But... I don't know. It's just... Wayne never changes. Wayne never changes. Oh my god. It's just always dogs with this man, I don't know. Do you think he ever got a pet dog in the future? Like, when he, you know... when he became an old dog himself, if he adopted a dog? He's obsessed with them, so... it's only fitting. When I was at the cultural missionary, I'd learned the rules of Japanese tea drinking. I never dreamed that I'd be able to put those lessons into practice like this. I picked up the teacup, remembering all the strict rules for doing so. Advisor Uedera watched and complimented me.
this, Wayne? What?
It... He really looks... I mean... He looks like Wayne, alright. He looks like Wayne. I don't know why I'm baffled by this, because he's been consistently dressed in absolutely hideous outfits, and yeah, that makes total sense that he would still... What is going on with this outfit? Hey. Oh boy. It is better coordinated than his last outfit that we've seen him in. That is... yeah. It's a lot. And I can't get over how the sunglasses don't seem to fit. But, yeah. That Wayne, who used to be shy, sulky, and unable to properly praise the wandering dogs for their accomplishments, was now Advisor Uedera. He noticed me staring at him. Have I come up in your story? That's right. We were just talking about when you traveled to Chiba. Such an embarrassing story. That's not true. You managed to spectacularly repel the enemies, didn't you? First-rate guards make enemies hesitate before attacking in the first place. That's right. Guards who have to repel attacks are second-rate. If you have no urgent business, you should remain with us for a while. If that is your wish. Madame Jeanne took a legless chair out of a closet. Oh right, now I see. And Advisor Uedera took it and sat down. I see. 1948, is it? And that takes me back. It's better for you to talk about things that happened before 1950. And after all, I wasn't in Primavera at that time. I see. I kept thinking it was strange that you didn't appear in the story. This much has been built up out of information I heard from a great many people. And after all, when Uedera was a bit younger, he used to tell me about it a lot. Nothing can be as embarrassing as the idle chatter of a man. Advisor Uedera, do you still remember that time well? But of course. I could never forget such fondly remembered days. He's the man who revered Madame Rose more than any other. In a sense, you could say that he is the one who requested all of this. He wanted the forgotten name of Madame Rose to be passed down to later generations. You should tell a story as well. The story of Madame Rose. I know you're bad at speaking, but I believe this is your duty. Understood. Then where shall I begin? Start from when Madame Rose returned after speaking with the Satomi Alliance about the distribution of soy sauce. That was the period when springtime was in fullest bloom in City 23. The start of the soy sauce war, you mean? The soy sauce war?
Everyone in City 23 was happy and able to get cheap, delicious soy sauce. And, well, matters didn't proceed as smoothly as one might have hoped. In a sense, the war on that day may have been a miniature model of this entire country. Miniature model of the country? This might get a tad hard to talk about. The Chinese and Americans had nothing to do with it. It was merely the contemptible behavior of the Japanese. As they waited for Advisor Uedera to speak, the whole room was wrapped in a stern silence. The sound of the shishiodoshi outside echoed through the room. Advisor Uedera sat quietly, apparently sifting through half-century-old memories as he searched for where to begin. He was one of those who had lived alongside Madame Rose. The only person who knew about the Madame Rose who existed before 1950. What story will he tell? Even though springtime is about to descend upon City 23, I can sense a faint shadow across his face. All seasons eventually fade. Spring is no exception. Primavera, racing about for City 23's sake, was working hard to regain that bit of food culture known as soy sauce. However, the great struggle that would eventually be called the Soy Sauce War was nearly at hand. I should have just kept going last time. You would have wrapped up the season. It was so close. It was right there. Well, I mean, we're just gonna keep going then. How did they know? Yep. That's my school. I don't I don't know what that means. Not a damn clue. Wait, oh, we're not done yet, actually. There probably is a wiki that has the full list, and I will look at them. The full list. But I will do that after I finish the whole game. I don't want to know before. The Countrymen's Labor Union finally opened, and the laborers of City 23 were able to securely obtain high-wage jobs. When the income of low-level laborers goes up, it's like improving the blood flow to every corner of a body. With a body, every part will become nice and warm. It's the same with cities. Stable wages led to stable consumption, which led to stable supply and stable lifestyles. Also, the people were invigorated by rumors that the once luxury status soy sauce would become cheaply available. The people of City 23 could feel how their daily lives were improving. Those who knew that this was thanks to Madame Rose were probably grateful every day of their lives. City 23 enjoyed a springtime brought about by Madame Rose and Primavera. Surely, spring would fade into summer eventually. Summer would lead to growth, while also testing them with thunderstorms. Sorry, I just had the realization that I don't think I've ever heard anyone say this word out loud. So, I will have to wait. The cumulonimbus clouds that would cover City 23 were slowly, steadily approaching. Well, life certainly would be easier if Madame Rose were an opponent who could be removed so easily by an attack of that nature. Thank you for going all the way out to Chiba. Here, your favorite treat. I may lose my freedom of movement for some time. Please, take as many as you like and go. Meiju took several mooncakes out of a drawer and tossed them all over the place. Xiaolon caught them all, as nimble as a cat. You should go as soon as you're done. A troublesome guest will be here soon. I don't want you two to meet. Xiaolon's small ears perked up like a cat's. They heard several cars stopping in front of the building. There were few guests who came here with multiple cars. It's all right. I won't die. Go. Now is the time. Meiju opened the window. After looking between Meiju's face and the window several times, Xiaolon leapt out of the window and climbed up the outer wall. She kept on staring anxiously at Meiju as he closed the window. Once the window was closed, a knock told him that a guest had arrived. Aniki, Master Wang has arrived. Before Meiju could answer, the door was forcefully thrust open. Oh, new character. Then, a majestic, stately man strode in with a crowd of subordinates behind him. Meiju welcomed the man with a deep bow. But in the same moment, the man's face broke into a smile, and he spread his arms and laughed. Huh. Hold on, I have to... with a voice now, dang. Hey there, little May. Are we happy today? He looks so... Meiju looks so done already. It's been so long, honored brother. Yep, long time no see. Hey, did you go? Remember that place I introduced you to earlier? The bar lady's been dying to see you again. I've been so busy that I'm afraid I've neglected my own entertainment. You sure you don't just like girls in Western dresses more than Chinese ones? Nothing of the sort. I see you're as sharp-tongued as ever, honored brother. He called him honored brother, but of course, he wasn't really Major's brother. The man's name is Wang Yuanhong. Wang was written with a character for king. Just as Meiju was called Black Dragon Li, this man was also given a dragon title. He was Blue Dragon Wang, one of the high-level VIPs honored with the dragon title. Sounds like you've really put your foot in it, in more ways than one. I've always tried to act for the best. But that's no good. You mustn't let Primavera get carried away. Like that Japanese union. It was pretty bad to let that go through without stopping it at any cost. Originally, it was to be in exchange for a deal for the City 23 special offers windows, but some small fry decided to open up a troublesome little business. Wasn't Song one of your followers, honored brother? A little Song? Special offers windows? What are you talking about? I haven't heard about any of this. Come to think of it, he hasn't dropped by to play lately either. How's little Song been doing? I sure would like to go fishing with him again. Ocean fishing. I'll bet we'd get to eat some nice meat and catch some fat fish together. You see, people aren't amused. They don't like the Japanese getting all the high-wage jobs to themselves. Not the high-wage jobs, those are different. And yes, true. Those jobs were bought with the special offers windows, so it's up to them to set whatever wages they choose. However, the general public doesn't care a dime about all that. They can't forgive the fact that people of a defeated country are getting higher wages than them. And yet, if we also gain special offers windows for ourselves, we could be able to guarantee the same wages. Hold up there, little maid. Better not say any more. Of course, the Golden Dragon Society also had special offers windows in its home base of City 22. If it wanted to, it would be possible for it to offer high-wage jobs just like Primavera. However, if it guaranteed high-wage jobs on par with Primavera's, those greedy elders would lose their share. Originally, the GDS was a force created to protect their countrymen living in Japan in City 23. The original leader had hoped to bring an immediate end to the profitless feuds between his countrymen in City 22, trying to serve his countrymen as quickly as possible. Because of that, he prioritized the expansion and stabilization of the GDS over everything else, forcing his executives to gather money at a fierce pace. With their vast financial resources, they made the Chinese occupying forces in City 23 acknowledge their existence. They succeeded in gaining control of the whole city, putting a stop to minor feuds between their countrymen. One might call it a successful example of what Caleb had attempted to do in City 23. However, because the original leader had set his executive members racing each other to gather money, they had become the slaves of a money-worshipping mentality. So, when said leader suddenly died, they began to run wild. The young lord, son of the original leader, was attempting to return the GDS to its founding principles. It was an organization that stepped forward and dirtied its hands to save its countrymen, bearing the brunt of all attacks. Originally, the GDS was the exact same sort of organization as Primavera. However, partly due to the breakup of the original leader's reign of fear, the Council of Elders was now running wild. The business of the elders is none of mine. And anyway, no matter how much dough they make, they'll never be able to take it with them into the next world. Yes, as you say. However, we'll receive their money-making system as a huge inheritance. As long as we keep them happy, we'll have nothing to worry about in our old age. I'll bet your shoulders are all tense because you take things too seriously, little May. You gotta relax, man. Relax. Anyway, please leave this problem to me. By which you mean? I mean that I'll make sure this Council of Elders is satisfied. We must see to it that Madame Rose is given a good reminder. Japan has already been destroyed, and they are only being kept alive thanks to the compassion of others. Soon.